Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Pokemon fans of the world, Mega Crasher here, and we go from the shirtless, raging maniac known as Mega Crasher, in which he rages over anything that's Pokemon related, WWE related, or pretty much for whatever reason. Everything can set the Mega Crasher gimmick off. But I go from that to this. Me as my real life self, as the man behind the character Mega Crasher, and I bring you guys a video that I haven't done in a few weeks. And the kind of video I'm talking about is for the Dressed Down series, to which you dress down, you strip away all the gimmicks, all the theatrics, all the antics, and I come at you guys in a video as my real life self. And I decided to dress up for a video like this. It's kind of funny, dressed down, dressed up. You know what I mean. So in this video right here, I'm going to be talking about something that is an ongoing issue for a good majority of people throughout the world, and that issue is depression. And depression is a very serious and it is a very debilitating issue that I feel like that isn't addressed enough. So hopefully with this video here, I can contribute towards helping people out who suffer through depression, and also talk about my experiences with depression, and also how you can overcome it. So first off, what is depression? Well, depression, in a nutshell, is where you are in a compromising state of mind to which you are very sad, and you pretty much feel like a failure. You feel like a screw-up for whatever reason. And it can happen for a long list of reasons, whether it be because, say, you failed an exam, whether it be because, you broke up with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, whether it be because you lost a friend, lost a family member, quit your job or got fired, a whole bunch of reasons. Why I was depressed for pretty much a good 75% of my life had a lot to do with everything that was going on in school. Growing up, ever since the age of 4, I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, which is a form of autism. And for those of you guys that don't know what autism is, it is quite complicated for something that sounds so simple. So my recommendation for you guys would be to go and look up what autism is, because it takes a lot of research to have a good understanding of what it is. And I was crammed with knowledge on autism since I was first diagnosed with it. But it's pretty much the kind of autism that I have, which is Asperger's syndrome, revolves around social issues and how one can behave differently in their surroundings. Now, because of the fact that I had this disability known as autism, because I was looked at differently, and because I looked at things differently, because I acted differently, I wasn't your average fit in society. I wasn't your average fit as, the cool kids in school. And that's pretty much what started the whole thing. A long, long journey of how I became depressed and how I eventually overcame it. Now, things I thought were okay, going through school, because, I had people that were claiming to be my friends, and they were acting really nice towards me. But the thing of it is part of having Asperger's is not knowing any better and not having the ability to distinguish what is true and what isn't when it comes to social situations, and not being able to read between the lines. And that right there was a big trouble for me. I was also very intimidated when it came to looking in someone's eyes. Eye contact when you're talking with people. And even still to this day, I don't have as much trouble with it. But, every now and then when I get really uncomfortable talking to someone, I'm just kind of like, just kind of wanting to look away, right? Just focus on something else that would make me a little bit less stressed. But with depression, that actually came with my autism, because when I first knew about my autism, I thought that I was a freak. I thought that I was just this mutant of a person. You know what I mean? Someone that wasn't normal. And I was striving too hard to be normal. I was striving way too hard to be, the guy in school. You know what I mean? To be the top dog. And it especially was really hard considering that I was relatively short, for my size. I mean, even now, me being 25 years old, I'm only 5'6", right? Some people call me a garden gnome for that, you know what I mean? But it's like, whatever, cool, call me what you want, but I'm happy with my build, with my height, all that stuff. It took me a while to accept everything about me physically as well as mentally and, what's on the inside, but I accept who I am. That is the result of overcoming depression. Now, a big part of why I was depressed actually had a lot to do with my looks. I was made fun of for my height. I was made fun of for my weight. I was an extremely skinny kid up until about age 16 when I first went into high school, started working out. I was also really insecure with my looks because of my chin. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed or can tell, but let me just give a side view here. Now, a lot of people, like my mother, for example, she doesn't think that I have a double chin, but I was made fun of because I did. And even right now, I still do, but that's just the way that I'm built. I have a big chin, not chin this way, but like a chin this way, like kind of like a neck, you know what I mean? So anyways, I was being made fun of for my looks throughout high school. At one point, even being called a gobbler, some like rooster equivalent, you know what I mean? And throughout junior high, I was being made fun of for my disabilities, for the fact that I had ADHD, autism, and also throughout high school, later on in my life, having gained another debilitating sort of disability known as panic attack and anxiety disorder. And that's something that I ended up having to get along the way throughout high school because of the amount of torment that I went through. And that was pretty much triggered because of how depressed I was getting. I was being tormented so badly throughout high school, pretty much to the point where I was dead inside. I was depressed. I wanted to pretty much die because I felt like that I was worth nothing. And I felt like that I was even a burden to my own family, right? I wanted to kill myself. And, I contemplated plenty of times, wanted to go up on the rooftop of my high school and do a nosedive off there and just, you know. But then I came to my senses. I'm just thinking, okay, you know what? One, who would be there to hide the body and clean the mess up? Secondly, what would my poor family think? What would my sister think? As someone who needs to have an older male figure in her life, that being me, her older brother. Like how would she learn what I went through in school so that she can become a better person and be stronger because of what I went through, kind of thing. And I'm just like, I can't go through that, man. I can't live like that. And, yeah, I was going through a lot of depression, and I was taking medications because of that, and also because of my panic attack and anxiety disorder, which was caused by depression and through the amount of bullying that I went through in high school. And it was really hard for me. And I felt like that whenever I tried to reach out to people for help, nobody understood. And that's what contributed even more so to my depression. And it pretty much climaxed a few times to the point where I had contemplated, like I said, wanting to kill myself through jumping off the roof of my high school. And there was a time where a few years ago, I felt like that I was at my rope's end. I was single. I felt really, really bad about myself and really, really just disgusted about the kind of person I felt like I was. It was around the time that I had ended up getting out of a relationship, and it didn't last that long, but how it ended was just completely a big mindfuck. And I felt like that I had nothing left to offer, and I was like, I wanted to just take the biggest knife in my kitchen drawer and just slash my throat. But then I was thinking again, back in my high school, it's like, who would be there to clean up the mess and hide the body? Or if my mother came home and seen her own son dead, what would she think? And I knew that by taking that way out, I knew that it would be selfish. Uh, on the fact that my mom, who has enough to deal with as it is, same with my sister, same with the rest of my family. What would they think if they seen their own flesh and blood dead in the pool of their own blood? What would they think? So I knew that it was at that point there that I had to kick this depression right in the fucking face and kick its head in. I had to fight for my life. And I did. I overcame. And when I overcame, then there came this whole YouTube thing. And I wanted to do YouTube, but I was just waiting. I was waiting for a reason. And then, as soon as I found my reason, I had a big, big smile on my face and a big smile in my heart because I knew what that reason was. It was to not only entertain and inspire people, but to also help guide people and motivate them through dealing with real life issues, whether it be suicide, whether it be depression, dealing with trust issues, or if you guys are of a younger age group, like if you guys, I know there's some people that watch me that are of a younger age group that, are still in high school and stuff like that. And, I want to be their guiding light too. I want to be the mentor that I never had in high school. And I kind of feel partially because, like, if I do that, I feel like that I kind of rectified my own torment throughout high school. I kind of validated who I am really on the inside, and who I knew I was, the kind of person I was the entire time. Not letting my depression get to me, not letting any outside influences mess with my head and mess with the kind of person that I can be and that I am on the inside. And we're here at this point here, I've been through various channels, trying to get my mojo going, just starting out lightly with Pokemon, just something that I have always loved and always adored since I was a little kid. And I remember I go way back to my first channel known as MetaChaser 13X. And that channel kind of flopped relatively quickly. Then there was Crasher Chase, and then that channel got too inactive because I found myself to be really busy with extra shifts and with training and all that stuff. And I just didn't have any time to devote myself through making videos. And that was partially my fault because I was also being lazy because you fast forward to this point right now. I am making multiple uploads a day where it'd be 1 to 3, sometimes 4 or 5 videos a day. And I have a full-time job and I work out full-time at the gym. And yet I still have all this free time. And that's why another reason why I'm making this video is because I have free time and I want to help you guys out that happen to be struggling through these issues that I talk about in videos like these. Now, I hope that for those of you guys who are dealing with depression, don't let it win. Do not ever give up on yourself. You can, and you will overcome. And I can't believe I'm actually going to reference this individual, but he's actually an inspiration to me. And that person is Roman Reigns. I know he's not very liked in WWE. There's a lot of fans that hate him and, just want him to be like, Roman sucks, like all that stuff. It's like, just chill out on that for a sec. His words, I can and I will, are words that I lived by ever since he first said those words. And I knew right then and there that as long as I kept those words in my head and I kept those words in my heart, I knew that there was no stopping me. No matter how badly things would get in life, no matter if I would get depressed or not, I can and I will. Those simple little words changed my game. They changed me. And that right there was gold. That right there was what inspired me. And this was something that I ended up coming across a couple of years after I had kicked my depression to the curb. And it just made life so much easier for me. And even to this point right now, we are on our way to 1,000 amazing subscribers to this channel. It truly is a blessing, and it truly means the world to me that I have that many people subscribe here and that this community is growing. it's like I said a million times before, and I will say it again so many times, and that is the fact that this isn't just my channel. This is our channel. Without all of you guys, this channel wouldn't exist. So, in reality, this is our channel. Not just because of the fact that you guys are the subscribers that make up this channel for what it is, but because you guys are my friends, and I want to share the spoils and share the good things about this channel, whether it be for growth, for experience, entertainment, videos, all that stuff. And, you know, that's why I'm here, is because it's not just to entertain you guys with making Pokemon videos and with entertaining you guys with my over-the-top, loud, gimmicky persona, that being Mega Crasher, where I'm this shirtless maniac that, throws my chairs around or, destroys rooms or, rages over random stuff that may appear to be minuscule, you know what I mean? But when it comes to that, I hope that you guys are in fact entertained. But I also have this channel because I want to inspire and motivate you guys. I want to reach out and talk to you guys. I want to reach out and I want to help those who have issues. I want to share my experiences and share, my life stories to add some perspectives on how you guys that are watching, that are going through similar situations, can think of other ways to be able to overcome them. You know what I mean? And I hope that with videos like these, they help you. Because if these videos didn't help you, I wouldn't be doing my job. And it would be really upsetting. And, when I get the feedback that I do, saying that I inspire, that I motivate, and that, they can come to me and talk to me, it really warms my heart up, Like, you look past all the YouTube glory and you look past all the gimmicks and stuff like that. I'm just someone that wants to inspire. I'm someone that wants to get myself out there and help people. I want to become the mentor that anybody and everybody can look to for advice. I want to become the kind of mentor that I was struggling without growing up in my crucial years. And you could say that everything that happened to me in the past is a blessing in disguise, because I'm here at this point right now. I overcame suicide. I overcame depression. And I also overcame actually almost dying once. I'm not sure if you guys know about this. In fact, I don't think I've made a video about this, but there was a time that I've actually almost died. And that was when I totaled my car. I remember the exact date too. It was June 13th of last year, right? And even to this day, I remember everything crystal clear. It's one of those things that you just cannot ever shake. You cannot ever forget. But the thing is that I got over it. And I got over it quick. Because I know how to adapt. I know how to overcome. And that's the kind of message that I want to share with all of you. Is that you can and you will adapt and overcome the issues, no matter how big or how small they are. And even if it's a brush towards death, miracles happen. And I feel like that a miracle happened that day when I emerged from that vehicle wrecked, without a scratch, without a bruise. You're probably thinking, well then, how can you say that you almost died? Well, here's the thing. What ended up happening, I hydroplaned, and I ended up spinning out of control. I smashed into the median in the middle of the road, and I ping-pong effect right into the guardrails at the right edge of the road. And you know what would have happened if I had have lost control 20 feet ahead of me? That guardrail wouldn't have been there to save me. Past that guardrail was a 20 to 30 foot drop to a very rocky ending, right? And I'm just thinking, what would have happened to me? What would have happened to me if I ended up missing that guardrail? If that guardrail wasn't there to save me? You know, every single time I drive by that place on my way to work, every single time I drive by that place, I see that big bend in that guardrail. And it just fills me up. It fills me up with emotion. But not the kind of emotion that you would think. It doesn't fill me up with fear. It doesn't fill me up with sadness or depression. It fills me up with hope. It fills me up with happiness. You know why? Because I survived. I lived. I overcame. And if someone like me can overcome things like depression and near death, then you can overcome things like that too. And I just want to say, if you ever feel like that there are ever any issues, any instances in life in which you feel like that you cannot overcome, you just remember this video and you come to me personally, okay? You come to me personally, whether it be through a comment on this video or personally messaging me on Twitter or Facebook. You come to me and I will do everything I can to carry you on my back, even if I'm going through issues myself. As long as I have a breath of fresh air in my lungs, as long as I have a heartbeat in my body, I will carry you until my body breaks. And even still, I will crawl, I will scratch, I will tear my way to the top just to not only overcome any issues that I have, but help you guys overcome any issues that you have. Because that's another reason why I'm here. That's another reason why I'm here. It's because I want to be there for you guys. Not just as an entertainment figure. Not just as somebody that you can mock and laugh at. And that's part of the reason why I have the Mega Crasher gimmick, where I'm this over-the-top maniac that, you know, looks like he's roid raging half the time. It's because I want you guys to laugh. I want you guys to have something to laugh at. I don't care if I'm making an ass out of myself. As long as you guys are laughing and you're getting your bang for your buck, even though YouTube is free. As long as you guys are getting what you came to see, I'm doing my job, and that's what makes me happy. But I also want to help you guys out personally. So with that said, with everything else that I do in my videos, I always leave links in the description box down below to multiple other social medias. That being my YouTube's second channel, where I talk about random stuff, my Twitter, my Facebook group, and there's also something else that I link to. My Google Plus page, because I'm slowly but surely working on getting this community verified. You know what I mean? It's going to take a long time, but we slug and chug away at it one day at a time. We can overcome that too, just like we can overcome anything else. Because we're not just normal people. We're not just your average Joes and all that stuff. We are the Crasher community. We are the Mega Crasher army. We are the League of Knees. And I say all those things for a reason. You know, and I give all of us these labels for a reason, because we're a group. We're a family. And I want you guys to feel that way. And if you guys do feel that way, then that is the best thing. That's the best thing I could ever ask for and ever hope for. So with that being said, my friends, I'm actually going to end this video off right here. So if you guys enjoyed this video, then make sure you fire off a like. In this situation, likes really do help, because it pushes this video and it pushes the message of this video too. That is, depression is an issue, but we can overcome it. We can overcome anything in life if you put your mind, body, and soul on the line and put everything into dealing with that issue. You can and you will overcome. That, I will put everything on the line to say I promise you that. If you guys feel like that you can't deal with it alone, come to me. And I will do everything I can to give you the support, the guidance, everything that I possibly can muster. With that being said, I hope you guys have yourself a good one, and I love each and every single one of you guys. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that if you feel like that you have nothing in life, you have no one in life, remember this video, remember me. Remember, you always will have me as a friend, not just as a content creator, but as a real-life person, as a friend. Not just an acquaintance, but a friend. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next upload. Thank you for watching. Have yourself a good day, night, evening, wherever you guys are. Thank you.